What's up everybody, MJCoombs07 here and welcome back to another video on Totally Reviewed, the series where I review every game I own. And today we are reviewing, I forgot to get it out, professionalism. ARMS. Now, I will state that I did make fun of ARMS in my E3 video. I did make fun of it. I was one of the 6 people who pre-ordered the game. But like, I mean, that's not fair, because I haven't played it yet. I just saw gameplay, and I made that video before E3 was announced, and before this game was announced, or, well, not announced, what is it? Professionalism, okay? Before this game was released, and I gotta say, I don't think I should have done that. I wasn't giving it justice. I wasn't giving it the thing it needed. This game is basically, from the box, it kind of looks weird. It doesn't make kind of any sense. But basically the goal of, well, the premise of the game is that you are this fighter with these long extendable arms that when you punch, your fist can go a huge distance. And they turn that into a boxing match, which is really interesting. And at first glance, it just looks like a weird, gimmicky motion control game. And I gotta say, I thought the motion controls were awesome. I thought it just, made the game a little more fun. And plus, while I was using motion controls, I'm getting a tiny bit of exercise while I'm doing it, so that's good, because I'm fat. I like that. I like that they added motion controls, but something that I think ruined the freaking game is that you can use every other controller option. You can use a single Joy-Con, you can use the Joy-Cons in a grip, you can use the Pro Controller, you can use the, hang on a second, why is this hot? Or you can use it in handheld mode, whichever option you can choose, but you have a lot of options, and, more options, there are more non-motion control, versions that you can use, which I think ruined the game, because the marketing they used for the game was only on motion controls. I never saw a Pro Controller being used. I never saw the handheld being used. I never saw a single Joy-Con or grip being used. And it's awkward, because the second you load up the game, there's actually a screen that says you can use these playing styles. And it shows all the playing styles that I just listed. Which is weird, because they never, ever marketed the game with not using motion controls. Which kind of ruins the experience. And the motion controls, they're kind of unresponsive. They're still fun. They still make the game fun. But they're unresponsive at most times. I've heard many complaints from Daniel. Daniel has complained a lot about the unresponsiveness of the Joy-Cons. Because he states that I keep telling him over and over, grabs is where you throw both punches at the same time, and then if it lands, you can do a super strong attack. But it's very dangerous, because someone can just throw a punch and break through it, and it makes you vulnerable. So if they dodge it, they can easily just get a couple shots off you. So it's kind of dangerous, and I keep telling him, Daniel, you gotta stop grabbing, it makes you vulnerable. And he says he's trying not to grab it. But he says the motion controls, they make it weird, and I don't know if that's just him complaining about the game itself and how I keep beating him. Oh! Or if it's because it's actually unresponsive and not working with it. Which is probably what it is. He's probably right. It's probably not unresponsive, because I have used it, and I didn't have nearly as much problems as he has, which is why I'm a little hesitant about saying that. But it is kind of unresponsive at most times. And when you use the Pro Controller, I've only used the Pro Controller, for non-motion controls. But I gotta say, it's a lot better. Playing this with online, I played with Daniel online, last night. Can I just say, before I keep continuing, the online system is amazing. And even the split-screen online style is incredible. Because if you and your friend or your, sibling or something like that, if you both like the game ARMS and you like playing it, then you're gonna have an amazing time doing the split-screen online multiplayer, okay? I gotta say that. You're gonna have an amazing time doing that. Because, the way it does it is, you and the other player are together, okay? And if you're doing a one-on-one fight, one of you sits out that round and goes up, and the other goes up against the other player. If it goes another round, then the other player who didn't play that last round, the one-on-one, then that player gets to go and the other player sits out. If that makes sense. And if you do a team battle, both of you team up in the team battle. Which I thought was really fun, because if you're, like, you may think that might get boring a lot, but the rounds are, like, really short. They're, like, 99 seconds at best. That's the longest time you can have for an online game. That's the longest time you can have for an online game, which is really amazing, which I thought was good, because it keeps me getting a lot of coins. Pow! Coins, money, get all that. Yeah, get all of that. And it keeps me playing, and, like, if you really, like, you can get, like, 50 coins without getting bored, like, which is really amazing. You can go for 50 coins and still not get bored. A couple nights ago, we went for 100 coins, and that was kind of where it got boring. But, like, we've been playing for, like, a while, and we were still really new at the game, so we were kind of getting our butts kicked and slowly progressing through those 100 coins. But we did get it. We didn't give up or anything, okay? But I could obviously see, back to the Pro Controller, I could obviously see that I was doing better with the Pro Controller instead of, you know, give me a second. Instead of throwing punches left and right, I was having a way better time with the Pro Controller than the Joy-Cons. So that is something, like, if you're playing just for the fun experience and maybe for a little bit of exercise and a little fun while you're doing it, use the Joy-Cons. It's an amazing experience, and I think if you have arms, you need to at least try it out, because it was marketed completely with that. But if you're playing arms for competitive reasons and you want to be a competitive arms player, use the Pro Controller. It is really, really good. It is really good, and I could easily see that I was doing a lot better with the Pro Controller than the Joy-Cons. Game mode-wise, oh gosh, no. This is the part of the game that I just have to say, holy crap, it's bad. It's really bad. Modes and arms. Oh no. They are bad game modes, and I know I keep saying that, but holy crap. It really, the game modes in ARMS, there's only two real game modes that I like, and one is kind of obvious, and the other is a little more interesting. Basically, the first one I like is the normal fighting version, just one-on-one, you and another person, but then sometimes that other player, or CPU, are good. They're really good, and they have a good strategy against you. They just are good against you, which I understand. The game came out a couple weeks ago. So 1 or 2 professionalism, okay? 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. And, like, seriously, the players, they get hard sometimes. The CPUs or the actual real players get harmed sometimes. And I haven't done the Grand Prix, like, at all, and I've done a little bit of versus. I did a versus video with Daniel yesterday, which, if you're interested, go check it out. We did random fighters and random maps. But the versus was pretty fun. Online mode, like, that's the one I'm playing all the time. That's the only version I'm playing. And I gotta get that out of my hands. I'm just playing with it. Fight, it's obvious to understand. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you throw the freaking Joy-Con at the screen. And the other game mode I like is versus Headlock. That's the name, versus Headlock. Basically, Headlock is this weird monster guy who takes control over one random fighter and adds 4 extra arms to them. So you're fighting a dude who has 6 arms, but at the same time, you are with 2 other, people. This is an online mode only, which I find interesting. It gives you more of a reason to play online. And and gives more opportunities for Nintendo to make more money. So there you go. That's probably the reason they made it online exclusive. You and 2 other players, you team up to take on this really, really strong character who has 6 arms and a butt ton of health. This thing is ridiculous, and it's probably one of the best parts of an ARMS multiplayer version thing experience, because these battles are very intense, and you need to strategize. And I think it's best played with on a split screen perspective. I mean, I know split screen, it gets bad at sometimes. It's bad at sometimes, but it's best in a split screen experience. I think it's easily best in a split screen experience because you can work with the person you're playing with. And even then, you can probably, sometimes, people have Discord, and you can work with the other players. Master Mummy is a great character to use versus Headlock, because he can give cover for the other characters, and they can just pick off the Headlock, which is nice. But the thing is, this game mode's really hard at most times, because basically the difficulty level for Headlock, this is a CPU, by the way, a CPU character versus 3 real players, okay? This thing is really hard because you can't, like, basically, whoever has more health when the time runs out, if you don't kill each other in that amount of time, whoever has more health wins. But in this case, if this thing has health in the end, it automatically wins. No matter how much health it has, if it has health and the timer dings, he wins. You can't win by damaging his health over time. That's not how it works, okay? Which adds a little bit of unfairness to the thing, but again, you have 3 people on your side. Also, this thing, I know I said it before, but this thing has a butt ton of health, okay? It is hard as balls to kill. Oh my gosh. I get a headache sometimes thinking about it, okay? All the characters in ARMS, all of them, including the little tiny ones like Ribbon Girl and Min Min, all of them have 1,000 health. And all the tanky ones like Mechanica and Master Mummy, they all have 1,000 health. But with Headlock, he has like 2,000 and 250, or 2,000 or 2,500, I can't speak today. He has a lot of health. He has like probably more than double your health, which is really, really hard. But that is straightforward. Other game modes. Oh my gosh. The other game modes in ARMS are the team battle, V-ball, hoops, skill shot, 1-on-1-on-1, and then 1-on-1-on-1-on-1. I can't complain much about team battle. It's decent, but it's really hard if you're not working together with your teammate. So that kind of ruins the experience of team battle. V-ball, hoops, and skill shot, they're bad. All of them are bad. V-ball is volleyball. Hoops is basketball. Which both of them do not fit in a fighting game. They do not fit there. And then skill shot is like target practice, and it gets hard at most times. It's really just annoying. It's normally just one player or one team just dominating the other team. It normally ends up in that favor. And then we have the freaking 4- and 3-way battles. I hate these game modes, okay? Basically, the 3-way and 4-way battles, in ARMS, the targeting system is bad. Because you're targeting one player. And sometimes it ends up one of you, like 2 people, fighting each other, and then the other character is just sitting there off in the sidelines watching. And then when one's down, the other player just goes in, swoops in, because the surviving fighter has low health, and the observer guy can just sweep in and take him out easily. Other times, you can only target on one character at a time, which means that if both of those enemies are targeting you at the same time, you're going to have a hard time fighting them. because they're tag teaming you, and you can't do anything about it. I mean, you can fight back, but only one of them. You can only fight back one of them, which really is annoying. It really hurts me. It really hurts me to play this. Which is why I'm hesitant. Oh, should I do this? I might end up in a 3-way battle. And 4-way battle is the same premise, only it's 4 people instead of 3. But 4-way battle is a lot more rare, but it's really dumb because I enjoy that more than 3-way battle, but I don't enjoy it. I enjoy it more. There's a difference. Oh my gosh. And finally, we have the characters and arms. Now this is the selling point. All the characters, they play differently. I've played extensively to know that Springman is easily my favorite. I can play him best. And I also know that freaking screw Kid Cobra, jeez. Each character has a strategy and a strategy for the enemy character. Which means you gotta master all the strategies for whichever character. Because if you play multiple characters, you're gonna have a hard time mastering all these strategies, which really is hard. It's a hard game at times. Really, it is hard. And I know I haven't played the Grand Prix, but I have heard that it is difficult. So, that's just a basic idea. So yeah, arms. Let's see where it stacks up. I know I didn't talk much about the characters, but I've been talking for a long time, a lot longer than I do for any single game. But there's a lot to cover in this game. And before I rank it on our scoreboard, can I just say I love the box arts for all Nintendo Switch, games, because on the inside, they show you the controls, which is a great place to show you the controls, which kind of, like, makes the physical copies more worth it, which is nice. And I love the backs, too. I love the style that all backs have in the Nintendo Switch, boxes. So that's nice. So yeah, let's go see where ARMS stacks up. So ARMS does stack up pretty well. It's not as fun as Mario Kart 8. But it is, interesting. It is fun, and I'm surprised that I'm playing it as much as I am. I thought I'd be long and done with it as just collecting dust under my desk. That's where I keep my games. But I found myself actually playing it a lot more. So, yeah, what do you think? ARMS, is it good? Is it bad? Well, I know one thing for sure. It's definitely better than LEGO Worlds. But anyways, guys, that's going to be this episode here. If you guys enjoyed, please like and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. And we'll see you guys all later. Peace out.